Where's Daemon when you need him? Oh, that's right. Running away from his issues. Thank you. But first, if you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Deborah, student singer, songwriter, and everything else between. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about my favorite TV shows, movies, and books. And today we're talking about House of the Dragon, y'all. This video is a little bit late. I low-key burnt out after making all those Bridgerton videos all at once. So I just needed a break to like heal and be with family. But now that episode 2 is out, we can talk about it. We start off with the actual death of Jaehaerys, if I'm not mistaken, or Jaehaerys. You know, there's so many names. One of the first few things that stuck out to me in this episode was Alicent and Otto's like dynamic. Alicent has a lot of resentment towards her father for literally like all of her life. And you can see it in the way like when he tries to comfort her, like he doesn't know how to comfort her. So when they're talking, he literally puts his hands on her shoulder and she like moves away from him and she runs away. Like Otto and Alicent don't really have a father-daughter bond at all. And we saw that in the last season as well. And it's just so sad, you know? But the fact that she is just so like Alicent is so focused on what Helaena saw versus Helena's actual child killed right in front of her and she could hear those horrible sounds is crazy. And she thinks like, oh, I'm being punished because of my sins. Like, girl, it's not about you. It's never been about you. It'll never be about you. Sorry. I'm not an Alicent hater. It's just I come for everyone and everything. So, and girl, like, it's not about you. It's not that deep. Yeah, when you were shagging up with Sir Criston Cole, sweetie, that was insane, but it's not about you this time around, so calm down. Aegon is going ballistic, and actually one thing I did want to talk about more was that how Aegon is actually not that bad as a king. I know he gets worse eventually, but he really is he just gives such chaotic child energy, and he's now being like the king, which he's kind of happy about, but he's not really ready. He doesn't have the personality type to be rational under stressful situations, and he just lost his child. Like, you can just imagine why he's grieving. So I understand why he's pissed actually, and I actually support him in hurting blood, because what else are you supposed to do? Like, if that was me, I'd be swinging, I'd be fucking fighting, bro. But the thing is, in the world of Westeros, like, you have to sort of have this outer-worldly sort of patience when you become a king or when you're a royalty, because if you don't, everybody else is watching you so closely that if you show some emotion, they'll all like step in and try and take advantage of it. You really have to be calculated 24/7. Y'all, that is so sad. Let's not forget, these people are still children. Like, they're still very young, and they were forced into a marriage that they didn't want. Now he's going to be the king, and now he has enemies. Now he can't trust anyone. Now he's going to be fucking paranoid. He had a little moment where he was like, well, it could be any one of you. And I thought to myself, oh, that's the paranoia setting in. This is going to be fun. I definitely see like a sort of paranoia storyline for him, because I just don't think he's used to what is required of you to become a king. And I don't think that Aegon is fully prepared for this job. He is not. And it's going to be a disaster, but I actually do feel bad for him. Helaena crying really got to me, because girly pop just deserved better. And when she said that, like, I don't want to, like, girl, I nearly cried for her. The girl just lost her kid. And the fact that Alicent came into the room and was about to tell her, oh, what you saw between me and Criston, girl, that's not what's happening right now. Your daughter just lost her child. Okay? She just had to be, she was held hostage while her child was literally being hacked in front of her. And you want to think about the man you were fucking? Girl, the scene in which the child was being carried out and they actually stitched his head back onto his body was insane. I could not believe I saw what I was looking at. And I cannot imagine like seeing your child, their head being sewn back onto their body is actually wild. Helaena having a panic attack because she doesn't know these people is so true. And it's so sad to me that no one is taking the time to learn her personality. Like, not even her own mother is taking the time to learn her own personality and being like, yeah, my daughter is going to get overwhelmed when she sees a bunch of people that she doesn't know. She never wanted this position. She's not ready to be queen. She just wanted to be a girl. She's a dreamer. But no, Alicent's going to be like, we have a duty. We have to do it. I thought Helaena was actually going to scream out loud or something, and I wanted her to. Although it is the wrong kind of situation and it does affect the whole entire green team, I wanted her to scream out loud. I did, because she deserved better. She really did, and that's the truth. And we move on to Daemon and Rhaenyra. Y'all, I don't like Daemon. Okay, let's keep it a buck. I know last year, or was it 2 years ago now, like everyone was so fawning over Daemon Targaryen, Daemon this, Daemon that. I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't like Daemon Targaryen. He just gives like sociopath vibes for some reason. Like, I really don't like him. I know everyone's like, oh, he's a flawed man and he's a flawed character. Girl. I love how the show is portraying their relationship, how Rhaenyra is also growing older and she's recognizing that the wool over her eyes about her like hot uncle, I guess, I don't even know why I'm saying that. That's just crazy. The wool over her eyes have been lifted, and she's realizing that this man is actually not like this adventurous, sexy man that we're gonna get married. He's actually literally fucking insane, and he's using me by proxy to get to the throne. And I'm so glad that she called it out. And now, like, when Daemon like threw stuff and like came at her, I thought he was actually gonna hurt her. I thought he was gonna hit her or something, because Daemon's fucking insane. Daemon is insane. I'm sorry, I don't care. And I'm so glad that they called it out, finally throwing all the words to one another they have been holding back. And it's true, Daemon does what he wants. Like, he doesn't really care. If he really cared about Rhaenyra, what he would be doing is, first of all, he would have been at her son's birth. Let's start there. He would have been there. And I loved how Rhaenyra called that out. Like, she really needed a partner then. And I love how he's like, did I not like put the crown upon your brow? Bro, you clearly don't see her as competent enough. You see her as an extension of her father. And that's the truth. Like, you see her because she's not like you. You think that she's a coward or she's weak like her father, which is crazy to me. And personally, if anyone said that to my face, we're actually getting a divorce. This is completely random, but I do notice that within the show, there seems to be this theme of things floating in the sky. And I don't know if that's a cinematic choice or to show the sort of similarities between Helaena and Rhaenyra, because they're both mothers who've lost their sons. And I thought that was a good moment to show how actually more similar than they thought they were, especially with Rhaenyra saying that she would never hurt Helaena out of all people who is innocent. I thought it was a good juxtaposition, but that was just a completely random tidbit. Let's move on. Disrespectfully, Sir Criston Cole can go die in a hole. Disrespectfully. The scene where he actually goes to Sir Aaron and he tries to literally shame him and then eventually scapegoat him for something that he should have been aware of is actually insane. The fact that he was like, oh, well, you aim to disrespect the cloak, the purity of the King's Guard. Fuck you. You're not pure. You're literally shagging the queen, and you have the audacity to come with somebody who has mud on his cloak, and you're like, oh, your brother is a traitor. You disrespect us. You dishonor us. Sir, you literally dishonor the King's Guard literally every episode. I don't understand. You're literally dishonoring the King's Guard every episode. But it's very clear that Criston doesn't really have, like, he has power more now, of course, but he doesn't have true power. Like, he's not truly a highborn. He's not truly a prince or a princess. And so at the end of the day, his power will always depend on other people. And it became clear, very, very clear, that when everyone was sort of asking him where was he that night when he was also supposed to be on watch and protecting Helaena, it's those moments where he realizes that he's not as powerful as he thinks he is. And so what does he do? Tries to take out his power on somebody else in the King's Guard, because that's the only place where he has any sort of ranking and any sort of word and any sort of authority. That's why he finds it so easy to fucking scapegoat another human being who's done absolutely nothing and is just trying to do his job. And it's for that reason that I absolutely find him so fucking unlikable. I don't wish him well. I don't really care too much for Alicent, but I understand, like, from at least the show's point of view, what they're trying to do. But fuck Criston Cole. Can't stand him, and I hope he dies in a hole, because him calling Rhaenyra like the bitch queen is crazy to me when you're out here literally shagging the other queen. Yeah, let's talk about it. I was so happy when Eric called him out on that. Like, where were you actually? And I love the fact that these little things are being called out bit by bit. It's just like, as an audience that's watching it, I love when things are called out like that. Give me confrontation, give me issues, give me drama, period. But anyways, also justice for Baela and for Jace. Like, let's talk about the fact that they're only siblings with virtually no dad. I don't care what you say. Baela's dad, Daemon, is practically an absentee dad, and Jace has gone through two fathers. So, you know what? Justice for the both of them. That's all I care to say. Let's move on. Also, let's talk about Aemon being in a pleasure house. I feel like this scene tells us so much about his personality. Now, when you see this other side of him, it kind of makes sense why he's aiming to be the next Daemon, because he sees how Daemon is feared and being respected, and he kind of wants that for himself, because as he's literally in a fetal position next to a woman who's seeking comfort from this woman, it's clear that he still has that inner child that has been bullied and disrespected, and the way he feels that he can retribute himself is by being Daemon Targaryen. Then everyone will fear him and no one will make fun of him, right? But you can clearly see that he still needs that comfort. He still needs that comfort that he's clearly lacking from Alicent, his mom, which I will get to in a second. But you can see, like, by him being in a fetal position, it's not even sexual, it's almost maternal. He's looking for this maternal womanly figure that's going to give him the comfort and the safety that Alicent never did. Alicent's parenting style really fucked up the rest of their children, and it's something I'm going to talk about later, but really, it's such a fucking disaster. Look how it's affected all of their children. Look, the fact that Aemon enjoys talking about this like family issue with this woman that he doesn't really know that he's paying instead of his own mom, and is always trying to be the tough guy in front of his own mom, just tells you so much. And it shows his actual mentality and how fragmented it is. He's trying to be something that is like Daemon, who is this respected and feared guy, but really on the inside, he also just wants to be comforted and also has so many regrets as well, and is very human. Now, this is not to excuse his fucking behavior, because I also think he's weird, but I do have a little bit more sympathy for him because he's just a product of everything that's fucking happening, and he's a product of Alicent, unfortunately. And this goes into another thing also with the ending of the episode, how Alicent finds it so hard to comfort her own children. Thing is, everyone says that it's because of how Otto raised his own daughter, of course, and you can still see that in their communication when they try and hold hands or they look for comfort in one another. However, I think that stops becoming an excuse when you're your own adult human being and you can try and make the effort to connect with your children. I understand if that's something you've never seen before. I get that, but it's not like she's never seen another parenting style happen before. She's seen how Rhaenyra was with her children and how carefully she holds them close and how carefully she cares for them. And you're telling me that she can't use her initiative to see that her own children are actually in pain? A hug won't kill. And every time she sees her children, like even when she sees Aegon literally crying in his room, she cries and then she moves on. And then she goes to have sex with Criston Cole. Girl, your child literally lost a kid and he's gonna be a king and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And now Sir Otto Hightower has made him feel significantly worse, by the way. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that Sir Otto Hightower was like, oh, you're stupid, you're an idiot, you're young, you're a peacock. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know when it became a discussion to start insulting other people and telling them that they're foolish and idiots and thinking that's going to make them want to listen to you more. Where is the logic in that? Because Otto Hightower is literally being here like, you're an insolent pup and you're a fool. Okay, but aren't you being stupid as well? First of all, you've lost the position of being the hand, so which means you're also letting your own judgment blind you. And secondly, you don't know how to communicate with a literal young adult or young child. I think they're still in their teens, if I'm not mistaken. How is that gonna help anyone? You think a teenager is going to listen to you after you call them a bunch of names and then you question whether their father actually wanted them to be on the throne or not? Like, make it make sense, because the logic is not adding up. I will say, I love how Hugh is the sort of POV of the small folk or the common folk, like real life people, not just fucking royalty in this war, and how like people are actually suffering as a result of both houses' decisions. I loved that. And I think it just gives a sort of human-like point of view, so you can see how everybody else is suffering, because some rich families and some royal families wanted to go at war. Sir Eric and Eric really got to me. And like, again, I said, Sir Criston Cole is a fucking idiot. I can't fucking stand him. And now they've lost 2 Kingsguard members. Thank you. But anyways, I think that scene really just got to me because like these 2 brothers are twins. After Sir Eric killed Sir Eric, and he just couldn't live with the fact that he killed his own brother, was crazy. And it was just so heartbreaking because I can't imagine, like, you have to kill your own brother. Dude, where's Daemon when you need him? Oh, that's right, running away from his issues. Thank you. But anyways, I hope this commentary was entertaining for y'all. Tell me if you guys like this style of commentary as well. Like, I love making my faceless videos and talking about stuff, but I also just love having chats with y'all. Like, I love just catching up with you guys and telling you guys my opinions, like raw takes and stuff. So let me know if you guys like this style of commentary. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I'm very excited for the next episode, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Okay, bye.
Oh my.